had a hat on, he had like his chest out. Okay, and I'm not, listen, I was deep into the addiction. I was deep into what was going on in my world. My world was getting really dark. And, something had to be done eventually. And I looked at these two guys, and they're like, when your daddy comes back, things are going to change. And I'm like, whoa, what are you talking about, guys? And they're like, when Joe Rogan comes back, it's not going to be how it is. And I go, well, listen, I don't even know why you're telling me this for. What the fuck are you telling me this for? Tell him. What are you telling me this shit for? And they said a bunch of other shit. I did my spot. I went home. And it wasn't until I got home that I was like, those guys just did a declaration of fucking war on me. Like, I didn't pick it up at the time. You ever get into an argument or something and you don't really know what happened till after it happened? You get in the car and you drive away. That's where I felt. I was like, they just declared war on me and they didn't even know it. If I hadn't had 3 bumps in me already and I wasn't a scared junkie, I'd probably put a gun down there and fight them both. But I said, you know what? I'll give them a breather. Who the fuck am I? I don't give a fuck about this shit. So that's exactly what I did. I didn't say nothing about it. I avoided John. I always make mental notes. He got away with this one. The next one, I'll fucking say something to him. And Tommy, he could suck my dick too. So time goes on, maybe a month, 2 months go on. I get a call. It's Tommy. And he's telling me that fucking Carlos Mencia is coming in there and bumping people. And he doesn't feel that Carlos should be bumping people. I tell him, listen, the last time I checked, when you have your own TV show, you can bump whoever the fuck you want to bump. So bump your way off this phone call and go fuck yourself. What he was trying to do was plant a seed to me to call Rogan, to get Rogan all fired up. That wasn't happening. He was trying to tell me that Caparulo was funnier than Carlos and that Carlos shouldn't be allowed to go in there and fucking do his thing. And I was totally against it. I was like, no. You've been bumping all along. You got the wrong fucking guy. So at that time, I was getting the fat lump removed from my neck. I had my own dilemmas going. And sure enough, one night I hear Rogan gets thrown out of there. And, Rogan gets into it with Mike Faveman. I look at the video, and then Rogan, people were sticking up for Joe. And they said that they had to go to the store on Friday night to do like a protest. And people didn't go down there. And I thought for me that was the end of my career and my days at the Comedy Store. I had to back Joe. For years, people bothered Joe about Carlos Mencia and that he's a joke thief. Finally, Joe sticks up, and these comics folded like a bunch of fucking folding chairs, and I saw that. And for years, I thought I was part of something. I thought I was part of Sons of Anarchy. I thought I was part of Hell's Angels. I thought I was part of the Mafia. I thought I was part of something. I wasn't even part of the Boys Club of America. Those motherfuckers, the Boy Scouts of America. That showed me comedy really had nothing as a brotherhood. They have certain cliques, yes, but as a brotherhood, that night nobody stuck up for Joe, so I knew what path. Now, you know what this means? You got to get 2 guns. You just can't have the gun in your holster. You got to get one in your side piece now, because now we see how this game is played. This game is not played by all for one for all. This game is played of, you guys want to do that? Like when you saw the Store documentary, Jay Leno crossed the line. There's always one comic that's going to do what he wants to do because desperation is a motherfucker in this world. I'm not saying Jay was desperate, but, a spot's a spot's a spot. People will do anything for a spot. They'll sell their mother for a spot. Yes, they will suck your dick for a spot in LA. Yes, they will. So, I just stopped going down there, and I focused my energies on other things. Greg Garcia gave me a recurring role on My Name is Earl. I had some other stuff going on, but I still kept in touch with a handful of people from the store. And every time, again, I'm lying to you if I said every time, but let's say every 5 conversations I had with somebody from the store, John Caparulo's name popped up. Like I said, I had no hatred for him. I liked him. I thought he was a funny comic. I respected him. I was a little off kilter with him from his remarks that night. But now I was starting to lose respect for him from the things I was hearing. He was telling comics to their faces that he sucked. He was telling comics that they couldn't go up to after him. He had Tommy in his back pocket, and they were, just doing shitty things together to other comics. And not the comics from the Improv or the Laugh Factory or the Ha Ha or fucking, comics from other sectors. If you want to go to war that way, I get that as a goof. But you were doing it to comics from the Comedy Store. We all worked together. We were all made by Mitzi Shaw. It was a commune. It was a compound. It was all these beautiful fucking things. And yeah, I'm not here to fucking tell you I was Johnny Perfect. I was in there snorting coke and getting my dick sucked and eating assholes and doing drugs. I was doing my thing too. But at the same time, I wasn't up there putting down comics or torturing them or telling people who could go up or who can't go up or, whatever. Yeah, I ran the fucking open mic on Sunday nights, and Mitzi Shaw, comics would sign their names up that were fucking not, she didn't like them. So they'd be there all day, sign their name, and when I give her the list, she'd go, get him out of here, get him out of here. And the people thought it was me. It's not me, it's Mitzi. I would never throw anybody. This is an art. You do what you do. But throughout this I stayed out of the store from 2000, maybe 7 to 2013.